spoke a word, you were singing over me. And you have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. And all the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fight still I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you gave yourself away. Oh, the over, never, reckless love of God. See, every day of my life I felt like I was stuck. Been around and back, couldn't find no luck. My wounds were in healing from dawn to dusk, so I tried many times to go back to the dust. I leave my life crawling, couldn't chase my dreams. I even tried soaring, but I had no wings. My whole world was crashing and I was right beneath it. I saw hope passing, but I was done believing. All I wanted was to be free and live like a king, but all I got was sadness in a higher degree. But then I heard about a God who was so supreme and that he gave his only son so this soul could breathe. I couldn't understand until it hit me that a lion became a lamb just to be with me. I heard it was so cool and full of love, performable coups and broke so many laws. I was so amazed when I heard he fed thousands with 5 loaves and 2 fishes and even had leftovers. Right then on my knees, I surrendered. Oh, sweet Jesus, take the wheels, my hands are sore. In an instant, he turned my whole life around. Gave me a new song, a beautiful sound. Fought all my battles, a victorious crown. Now I'm smooth sailing because all my storms are calm. I've been redeemed by the blood, set free through the cross. I believe in this love that looks beyond all of my flaws. A love like his brings so much peace. Now the sky's not my limit, heaven is. Because when I had given up on him, he came through for me. These hands weren't clean yet he reached out to me. He loves this unworthy one in so many ways. I don't deserve to be called son, but he calls me anyways. And what my message is that it's all over. Christ paid all your bills, there won't be carryovers. So come. He never fails, there won't be carryovers. I don't know about you, but I believe in grace. Because it was all it took for my life to fall in place. Grace has found me just as I am, empty-handed but alive in your hands. Forever I am changed by your love, in the presence of your majesty. Majesty, in majesty, your grace has found me just as I am, empty-handed but alive in your hands. And forever I am changed by your love, in the presence of your majesty. What happened to the young man who was never told to be in the mood of worship before he'd stand? Or the one who was never tired of lifting his hands? What about the young lady who to the sound of rejoicing danced like she was crazy? Or the one who would always sing her heart out even when there were new songs in her mouth? What about the one who was always on his knees because he knew he was in the presence of the King of Kings and cried, Lord, if you would not use me for you, then take me for good? What happened to them? Because looking around lately, all I see are men who are much more interested in the quality of the sound of music. And when they hear a wrong note, they find it amusing. I see ladies who would rather capture the moment than being in the moment. Oh my God, Mike Abdul on stage, ignoring the moment of a beautiful exchange. I see people who have lost their way because they no longer genuinely acknowledge the presence of Yahweh. I see people who think they have it all, not knowing the pride comes before a fall. I see people who are ungrateful even when God has been faithful. I see people who think they are blessed to breathe if it were to be sold. I guarantee you could never afford the fee. You can lift your hands, raise your voice, and not because your vocal cord is in good condition, but because His grace requires no audition. You've got a beating heart not because your bodily functions are stable, but because Jehovah is able. You can walk not because you had enough calcium while going through ages, but because your feet have been guarded by the rock of ages. That sickness didn't take you. That car didn't hit you. The one dead on the roadside ain't you. The one battling with cancer ain't you. So tell me why you ain't grateful. Tell me why your hands ain't lifted high. Tell me why your knees ain't on the ground. Tell me why your tongue ain't worshiping in truth and in spirit. Tell me why your worship ain't got no limits. Because for a love of such magnitude, a heart of gratitude should be your everyday attitude.